Megan Khung Yu Wai, a 4-year-old girl from Singapore, was tragically killed in February 2020 by her mother, Foo Li Ping, and Foo's boyfriend, Wong Shi Xiang. Disturbingly, 3 months after her death, Khung's body was burned and disposed of by the couple, with the assistance of a third accomplice named Nouvelle Chua Ruasher. Shockingly, Khung's death remained unnoticed until 5 months later, when authorities became aware of her demise upon receiving a missing persons report filed by the young girl's grandmother on July 20, 2020. Swift action was taken by the police, resulting in the arrest of all 3 suspects in less than a week. On July 25, 2020, Foo and Wong were charged with murder, while Chua faced charges for disposing of the girl's body. Presently, all 3 suspects are awaiting trial for their alleged roles in the murder of the young girl. Megan Khung Yu Wai, the sole offspring of Simon Khung and Fú Lìpíng, was born in Singapore on October 4, 2015. Simon Khung, who had an older brother, had been incarcerated 3 times between 2015 and 2019 due to drug consumption. When Megan was approximately 18 or 19 months old, her parents, who tied the knot on May 12, 2015, ended their marriage over a year after their union. Following the divorce, Megan's mother, who obtained custody of the child, entered into a relationship with Wang Shìxiáng and moved in with him. Megan was taken care of by her maternal grandmother, who adored her granddaughter and shared a close bond with her. Later on, Foo expressed her desire to have her daughter live with her and Wong. However, Megan's grandmother strongly disapproved of Foo's relationship with Wong and objected to her taking Megan away. Megan herself also did not wish to reside with her mother. Despite the objections, Foo proceeded with the arrangement and departed with her daughter in September 2019. Subsequently, Foo severed all communication with her mother, ex-husband, and former in-laws. Megan's father and paternal relatives had requested to care for the girl, but their pleas were rejected by Foo, who insisted on raising Megan on her own. On July 20, 2020, Megan Khung's grandmother, who had not seen her granddaughter for months, became concerned and reported her missing to the police. This was prompted by a letter received earlier, informing her about her daughter's hospitalization from June 29 to July 3, 2020, along with a disturbing dream about her grandchild. These signs raised suspicions about Khung's disappearance. Other family members on her father's side, including Khung's paternal uncle, also began to suspect that something was amiss. After 4 days, the police confirmed that the girl was no longer alive. Fú Lìpíng and her boyfriend Wong Shi Xiang were subsequently arrested and are expected to face charges of murder. It was revealed that the girl was allegedly killed in February 2020 at the couple's condominium on Lim Ah Woo Road, Paya Lebar. 3 months later, in May 2020, the couple sought the assistance of a friend to dispose of the child's body. The body was burned in a metal barrel at Paya Ubi Industrial Park, which was Wong's former workplace. The friend who helped with the disposal was also arrested. On July 25, 2020, 5 days after their arrests, 2 individuals, Wong Shi Xiang, 33 years old, and Fú Lìpíng, 24 years old, were charged with murder in connection to the death of 4-year-old Megan Khung Yu Wai. According to the Penal Code, individuals convicted of murder could face the death penalty. Another suspect, Nouvelle Chua Ruasher, 30 years old, was charged with assisting the couple in disposing of the young girl's body. The offense of disposing of a corpse to prevent detection of a crime carried a maximum sentence of 7 years imprisonment. In addition to these charges, Wong also faced 7 other unrelated charges, including drug consumption, drug possession, methamphetamine trafficking in November 2018, and possession of 2 samurai swords. He was also charged with assaulting a man in November 2018 by repeatedly hitting and kicking him. On July 30, 2020, Wong, Foo, and Chua were all ordered to be remanded for further investigations and were also required to undergo pre-trial psychiatric evaluation. Foo's family members hired lawyers to represent her, and ultimately, out of the 2 defense counsels engaged by her family, Foo chose one consisting of Josephus Tan and his associates Corey Wong and Marshall Lim, while the other led by Peter Keith Fernando was discharged. Wong hired Vineet Chhabra as his defense counsel. On August 3, 2020, the remand order was extended for 1 week. Chua's lawyer, Thangavelu, objected to the further remand of his client, arguing that her charge was not murder but rather the disposal of a corpse, which does not carry the death penalty like murder does. He also stated that Chua's case would be heard at the state courts instead of the High Court, where trials for capital cases like murder are conducted. However, the objection was overruled by the district judge, who proceeded with the extension on the basis that the prosecution needed more time to gather evidence and determine the roles played by each of the 3 individuals in Khung's death. In total, 3 suspects have been arrested in connection with the alleged murder of Khung. Chua's extended remand order came to an end, and subsequently, she was granted bail amounting to 50,000 Singapore dollars on August 13, 2020. Consequently, she was released from prison, albeit with certain conditions to adhere to, such as observing curfew hours and wearing an electronic tag. However, Fu and Wong, who were murder suspects, were not permitted to be released on bail and thus continued to be remanded in prison. In September 2020, the psychiatric evaluations of Wong and Fu were concluded, but they were still held in remand while awaiting further investigations and trial in 2024. Wong and Fu are currently awaiting trial for murder, while Chua is also pending trial for the disposal of Khung's corpse. The revelation of 4-year-old Megan Khung's alleged murder shocked and appalled many Singaporeans. Some expressed sympathy for the girl, while others condemned the couple, particularly Fu, for her role in her daughter's death. The 63-year-old grandmother of Khung was devastated by her granddaughter's passing. Balancing the need to work as a cleaner and care for her 82-year-old mother, Khung's great-grandmother, Fu's mother feared losing her only child and daughter but believed she should take responsibility for her actions. On the paternal side, Khung's uncle, her father's older brother, expressed anger and sadness over his niece's situation. He could not forgive Fu for committing such a terrible act against her own family and believed that if Fu couldn't take care of herself, she shouldn't have chosen to raise Khung alone. Both the maternal and paternal relatives of Khung wished to hold a funeral for her. The passing of Megan Khung had a profound impact on Simon Khung, her biological father, who was 36 years old in 2023. Khung's father, who had been battling drug addiction since the age of 16, expressed that upon learning about his daughter's death, he experienced immense heartbreak and regret for not fulfilling his parental responsibilities. However, this tragic event served as a catalyst for him to gather himself and break free from his drug dependency. Following his 3rd period of imprisonment and subsequent release from Changi Prison in 2019, where he served all 3 of his sentences, Khung's father faced immense challenges in overcoming the withdrawal symptoms associated with his addiction. He was plagued by self-loathing, depression, and even contemplated suicide at one point. Nevertheless, the loss of his daughter served as a wake-up call, prompting him to permanently abandon drugs. As a first step towards his recovery, he sought refuge in a halfway house. Not only did Khung's father manage to secure a stable job and pursue part-time studies, but he also joined forces with other former drug users to actively advocate against drug consumption and raise awareness about its dangers.